Hey guys, it's your girl, Marcy, the future OT. I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry. This semester was so insane, and I'm gonna get into that in a second, but welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe to my channel. If those of you are new, it's a channel for minorities of occupational therapy students or anybody that wants to know about the experience of an occupational therapy student. So this semester was really hard for me. I took 7 classes, and that was a big challenge for me because I went from going from 5 classes a semester to 7 classes. So some of you guys may not know, I just finished my second year of occupational therapy school. So essentially I have one more year, but next semester will be my last semester as a student attending the school, and then I start my fieldwork, which is also known as internships, for I think 16 weeks for one and then 16 weeks for another. So I will hopefully, I'm pretty sure I'll be graduating next May for sure, but before then I'll be doing school for classes and then I'll be doing my internship. So like I said before, this semester was really a struggle for me, especially because last semester, even though I took 5 classes, we had 2 days off. So we had Tuesdays off and we had Fridays off. And I have been working throughout all my years of graduate school, and this past semester that started in January was my first time not working, which I was kind of sad about, but my parents did help me a lot this semester, so that was really good. But I thought not working would lighten my load on school and studying, but that definitely didn't, because like I said, 7 classes is a lot, and it was definitely a challenge. And the reason why it was a challenge for me is because it was like you have to keep up with everything at one time. It was like ridiculous. Like Monday through Friday, or no, did we have Friday classes off? We had Friday classes off this semester. Next semester is going to be another challenge because we don't have any days off of classes. So this past semester we didn't have Friday classes, but I felt like everything was like scrunched in all at one time that it felt a bit overwhelming. Like it did make sense because we got everything we needed of the foundations in previous semesters, but it was definitely a lot. Some classes I really thought was pointless. Like the classes that I had this semester was assisted technology class. That was the second part of it. That was pretty interesting because it went over like wheelchairs. Supervision and management course, which went over like the different levels of management in occupational therapy and the ways that you would go about, if you were a manager, how you'd go about, managing your team. We had that. We had an adults class for physical occupations, so more focusing on the different diagnoses of what happens with the stroke, hip precautions when you break your hip. What other classes did we do? We did continue a mental health class. We did a pediatrics class of like early intervention things, the policies and stuff that happens from early intervention 0 to 3, and then receiving occupational services in school systems. What else did we do? I'm trying to think, y'all. There's a few classes that I'm blanking on. I've honestly been out of classes for about a month now because we finished like the first week of May, right? Yes, the first week of May, and it is now the first week of June. So it's been pretty nice having the semester off, but it's definitely like, I'm just trying to stay busy just because during semester I was like scrambling. Like we had a lot, we had a lot of group projects, and I don't like group projects because there's always that one person that never does their stuff. It was, I just don't know why. I understand the purpose of group projects, but the fact that there were so many different group projects during the semester, it was redundant and it was ridiculous to me. Like, I hated it. Like, we had so many, do we have a lot of presentations? Yeah, we had like quite few presentations, but it was just like, and then the way they scheduled it was like, it was annoying because we had like, some classes we would have 3 hours and then we would have a little break and then we'll have 3 hours. Like, I just, after like an hour and a half of class, like I honestly can't focus, like, because we're allowed to have our computers. Sometimes I'll be on Facebook, sometimes, because I can't have my phone out in class, so I'll be on Amazon sometimes. Like, it's just hard to focus. Like, I'm listening to everything that's going on during lecture, but honestly, like, I won't be able to process it sometimes till later when I come home, look at my notes, or when I'm studying for exams. So that was something. And then we did have our first fieldwork experience to get a little taste of like our fieldwork later on in the year, but I did my internship at a nursing facility and I was really excited for it, but I didn't have the best experience, and I am going to touch on that in another video specifically. But that was a week and we had to do like 40 hours a week, so I did 8 to 4 every single day, Monday through Friday. It was just 1 week, but it definitely gave me a little intake of what it would be like working full-time in the field, because it was definitely exhausting. I was very nervous, like, since it was my first time like actually being with other occupational therapists and seeing visually what we learn in school and then putting it into a real client or a real patient was very interesting. Like, how they, use their systems to input patients' information. That was really interesting for me as well. Seeing how they diagnosed, seeing how they had therapy, and I love seeing that the physical therapist worked as well, speech pathology pathologist worked with us as well, so it was like a team effort. But I can honestly say, the only thing else I'm gonna say is that I did not see a lot of minorities, and I know that is something that I have to get used to because it's just a thing in this profession, but it honestly encourages me to work even harder to be where I want to be. But it's kind of disheartening to feel like sometimes you're just like the oddball out. I don't know, but I'll touch on that in another video. This is just a quick update of what was going on. Also during the semester, we did go through, if you see me like looking down, I'm like looking at my notes. We did have our first clinical or practical that we had in a class, as if like a teacher or professor would be our patient, and then we would have to do whatever diagnosis they gave us and like how we would treat them, like, or how we would do like transfers from the bed from the wheelchair or to the bathroom using any adaptive equipment. So the end of the semester was really rough for me because right before finals, unfortunately, I got into a car accident, and I'm still going through like everything about that now, but that definitely had an impact on my mental health. That definitely had an impact on my grades. Like, I'm not happy with the way I did this semester, but things happen. God was with me, and this was just like, a little hump that I had to get over. To this day, it kind of still affects me, but I'm just ready to get the ball rolling and do better next semester. It could have been worse. I could have just failed my classes, but your girl passed, so that's all that matters. So just because you have a set plan of how you want the semester to go, I'm just definitely letting you know that it never, ever goes as planned. Like, I'm the type that has everything written out, A, B, C, D, E, but once you get in the game, it's pretty hard. And as far as looking back and seeing how far I've come as a student, I still to this day have to change my study skills for next semester, because it doesn't, every class is different, but the way that it depends on the material, the way that I absorb the material, I feel like I have to take a different approach. Like, sometimes I can just stare at notes in different colors and I'll get it right away, I'll write them out, but other times I need a lot of repetition, so Quizlet is my best friend. But one of another classes that I'm taking with specific professor. I feel like I need a new study method because I don't know, like I just can't get the grade that I want in her class, and it's frustrating, but it's just what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so finals wasn't terrible. Like, some classes I was prepared for and some classes I wasn't, and I just went with the flow. Like, if I did well, I did well. If I didn't, I didn't. I mean, I still needed an 80 to pass the class, so as long as I got an 80, you know, in the beginning of your years of being like a student, you want to maintain that GPA, you want to get the highest grade in the classes, but at this point, you just want to pass, because at the end of the day, nobody is looking at your GPA when you finish. They just want to know that you pass with over 3.0 or 3.0 on the dot, and you know, finish and pass your boards at the end of the day. So, but I definitely wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know it's been a really long time. It feels so weird being on camera, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, I didn't fall off the face of the earth, I promise. Like, I'm still here, I'm still active, I'm trying to be more active. Like, I even cut back on like social media, posting on Snapchat and stuff, just because I've been really busy. I'm currently staying in Massachusetts for the summer for the first time. I got a full-time job, and it has to do with working with girls that are in the juvenile justice system, and I feel like that's really interesting because I'll be like running groups with them, positive mental health type of stuff, and I feel like that's a step in the right direction, or giving me experience with that. So I'm pretty excited about that I'm full-time for the summer, so you know, that'll get me busy. It's weird having free time like this, like for right now, just because I'm going through training and stuff, but I'm definitely excited. I know it's definitely not going to be easy from what I've been getting out of training so far, but it's a start. And I think that's really it. Like I said before, I just wanted to update you guys. If you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Marcy the Future OT on my Instagram. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.